Can you see how many bugs are all over the entire front of the rig? That's going to be hard to get all that stuff cleaned off. Jeez. And a good morning to all of you. Well, it's our 9th day. It's Friday the 8th, and we're on our last day. Now look at the sky. No more blue sky. And it rained during the night. So we're back in our long jeans and long sleeve shirts. You can tell we're just about home. So it's 7:45 in the morning. And of course, once Lucy saw I was getting up moving around, she knew. And she headed back into the closet to her spot. I mean, she's no dummy. She can tell just by things that we're doing that we're going to be taken off. And then when we get somewhere, she can tell by the fact that we let the slides slide out. And I'll get things all put together so it looks like normal in here, and then I'll go back there and I'll open the closet door, and she's out of her box and up against the door like she's saying, okay? And I say to her, okay, and she jumps down and runs out here, checks out the scenery. So we're getting back onto Interstate 5. So we'll be on here up through Tacoma, Washington. I'm concerned that we're going to probably hit some commuting traffic the closer we get to Portland. But we're going to take a route that kind of skirts around I-5. It's what, 205? So maybe that'll help a little. We want to get as early a start as we can because it is due to be raining up at home. Somebody lost a chair just laying there on the side of the road. So we are 29 miles outside of Portland, south of Portland. The temperature, what's the temperature, honey? 50. We haven't seen 50-degree weather. Well, we have. Because during the night in Yuma, it's getting into the 40s during the winter. During the day, we haven't seen 50 for a long time. So we're anxious to get home, get this thing unloaded, and start getting our lives back to normal for being in the big house. So I'll let you go for now, and I'll come back on if anything interesting occurs. We're coming to 205. Which, according to the sign, we know it's a little bit more miles, but it said it was 5 minutes quicker to go through Portland. But I'm nervous going through there. It's so hectic. Yeah. As far as like the lanes and everything. So, we really want to go through Portland. We go through Portland, be prepared. It's a lot more hectic when we get up right to the city as far as what lanes we do. So here comes a sign here. It says it is. We're not going to those highways. 12 minutes. 1 and 27 minutes to 84, which goes along the Columbia River. So I'll come back on. Well, looks like we've caught up with the traffic congestion, commuting time. Once we get through this, though, and we cross over the Columbia River into Washington, we'll come out further down at Interstate 5 inside Washington. And from there, it should be fairly smooth sailing until we get up around a little past Olympia. So we kind of have the rigs semi-started being emptied. Emptied the black tank this morning, flushed out the holding tank, and put the chemicals in, and so we won't use the toilet. all the way home. If we have to go, we'll just have to stop at a rest stop because the rig will be sitting all winter. You don't want to have anything in there. I saw a emergency light flashing way up there. Maybe there's just an accident or something. I'll come back on if anything comes up. So we have crossed the Columbia River into Washington State. Yay! Still crossing. It didn't take that long. That was pretty good. We only had a couple of slowdowns. Bumpy through here. The Columbia River. I made a little boo-boo when I first came on earlier. I said that the motorhome would be stored for the winter. I meant for the summer. Still have winter in my mind, I guess, once they start coming raining. Here we are. They didn't even give us a big welcome when we got across. Further up the road. I'll come back on when we get back onto Interstate 5. And we are merging back onto Interstate 5. And we will be on this road until Tacoma. We'll take 16. We'll head over to Kitnip Peninsula. And the sun has actually come out since we left it. Just a few clouds over there. Well, actually up where we're heading. I think it's supposed to start raining up here in Seattle in the afternoon. So we're hoping to get home and get unloaded before the rain gets too bad, or before it even starts. So it feels good to be back in Washington. I'm a person of few words today. I'll be back soon. Well, I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, if you don't like the weather, stick around a few minutes. Look what it's been through here. We went through a little cloud burst for just not even a minute. And we were able to put the wipers on and clean the windshield off of the wind from all the bugs. And now up ahead, it's fading once I got the camera on it. There's the rainbow. And we're in the, it's sunny out, but the clouds up ahead look like we'll get some more rain. Try to get closer. You can see the rainbow. And not too light. Sorry. Back shortly. It's funny, we just seen that rainbow, and then we came upon the exit for Rainbow Falls State Park. And now the rainbow is over to my left, but it'll be really hard for you to see it through the screen. Washington's a beautiful state. I've been here since 1979, so I've lived most of my adult life here. And Bob moved up here in 1988. So he's been up here a long time now, too. I wish the rainbow would come out so I could show you. We're in the Rainbow Falls State Park area. Okay, right now we are, it's kind of a town of Chehalis, and we're coming up towards Centralia in about 4 miles, and that's the last, Centralia's the last little town before you get to Olympia area. But we're still at 2 lanes here on the freeway. Traffic's a little heavier, but not bad at all. We're going now under another cloud. Think of any news and stories to tell you today, but I'm sure as the day goes on, things will spark memories to me. So I'll be back. Oh, here comes the sun back out. To my right. Look at that track in front of us. We're not really that close to it. I just moved the camera focus so that maybe see that first rainbow. Hasn't gone back to its normal. Alrighty, I'll give you a break here. Well, we are coming into the capital city of Washington State, Olympia. Over here to my right was a building that when I first moved up here, was Budweiser Beer Company. It's been gone a long time. If you look closely, you might be able to see the top of the, what do you call it? Capitol. Looking up through the trees. But we'll be going here now. It's going to move to our left. So far, we haven't had any rain really to speak of. Just that one little bit of cloud burst way back. It's predicted to start at 12 o'clock. Now 10:30, so we're hoping to get home before it starts so we can at least get some of the rig unloaded. At least it takes about an hour and a half, I think, to get home from here. We'll see. Cutting it close. Isn't it beautiful? Seeing trees again. We really appreciate Washington when we get home after being down in the desert for 6 months, but when we're in the desert, we love it down there. So each place has its beauty. We go from one extreme to the other. Of course, we've got more lanes here on the freeway. The speed limit is dropped to 60. A lot more activity going on, as you can tell. The video here. A lot of trucks on the road today. Only thing I can think of is maybe they're trying to get their loads delivered before the weekend. There's a wide load up ahead. Got 3 cars with their flashes going. Big tractor on the truck in front of us. Some kind of tractor. Some kind of equipment. I don't know what it is. So from this part on, we're going to be having traffic. We'll be going by, Fort Lewis and McCord Air Force Base, which are they call joint base. What's it called? Joint what?
Joint base Lewis McCord.
Joint base Lewis McCord. Where's that? So anyway, they've been called that for quite a few years since we were working. A long time now. This looks like a military boat. With the color. I'll turn this off for a while and I'll come back on when we get closer to Tacoma and our exit to head up to the Kitnip Peninsula. And here we go. We're exiting Interstate 5 and getting off on Highway 16, which will take us over to Kitnip Peninsula. So we are on the home stretch, folks. Anxious to get there. It's been a long ride. It's funny, we have it kind of broken up in our minds, certain sections, and as we get off on the different roads, it's end of a section or phase. So, we won't be on Interstate 5 again, more than likely, until next mid-October. Because we never come over to the Seattle side of the Puget Sound if we don't have to. It's gotten so crowded. The freeways are so crowded. And if I look down there, see, they're already stopped heading towards Seattle. Yeah. The stop and go traffic. Finished this portion of an interchange. It took them years to get it done. Before that, it used to be so backed up along here. So we're going to go down here for a few miles on this part of it, stretch it, and then we'll be going over the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, which is the official water crossing going on to the Kitnip. So I'll be back for that. And here we come to the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, connecting the mainland to the Kitnip Peninsula. And they had a flashing sign up saying severe winds across the bridge. We were already starting to feel the wind on the way back, so this is a side wind that you get through here. Show you the view down there. Pretty. Now, over a ways, I have a son who lives in the city coming up in Gig Harbor. He has a house up on the water overlooking the Narrows Bridge. So he lives about 45 minutes away from us. So we're just about, I'd say within an hour we should be home. Doesn't feel too bad, does it? No. Lanes are kind of narrow on here. There used to be just one bridge. Boy, that was when it really got piled up with cars all the way back to Interstate 5, and when they finally built another bridge, it's going direction. Okay, we're off the bridge and we're on Highway 16. So as we get closer to Bremerton, I'll come back on. Well, folks, we're about a half hour from home. We're coming up around Bremerton. You can see the Bremerton Navy base over there. It's like 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 ships. And that's also where the Bremerton Seattle ferry comes in at. Water's looking rough today, and it is a little windy through here, but so far no rain. Yay! So I will come back on when we are going to get off our exit, and then you can follow us up the road to our home. So get shortly. Well, this is something new since we left. The lane's shifting over, and I've got all this construction going on. Looks like it's that sign say overhead power. It must be repairing a bridge across here or something. I don't know. It's always interesting when we do get home, as we're driving down the freeway, to look and see what's happened since we've been gone 6 months. You know, what buildings have gone up. And over here to the right, it's Liberty Bay, part of the Puget Sound. Anyway, we always like to see what's gone up. It always changes. Something's no longer there, or something's gone up. 6 months is a long time if you think about it being gone. And we're coming up upon Silverdale shortly, and then after Silverdale is the town we live in. And we are taking the exit into our hometown of Colesville, Washington. There's another exit we could have taken, which would have taken us more through the town. I'm anxious to get home, and I'll be going out to my thrift store and Dollar Tree on Monday, and so I'll take you down through there. Want to ride with me? Well, the population has changed to 12,000. It was 580 when we left? So the town's been growing, unfortunately. When we moved here in 2004, it was a little over 7,000 people. But like I say, there's been a lot of home building throughout the past several years. I forgot to tell you about a car we saw when we were going through the Tacoma area. It was a Mustang, and it was gold. And I don't mean like the kind of gold like you see on cars. I mean like the shiny gold like you see on gold things. Like it was gold plated. After looking at it for a little bit, it kind of got to be pretty. So I bet he has to really be careful in that. When he goes into any rain, it's going to mess up the paint job. Over here, we've got a Sonic on to our left. If you turn right, you can go down to McDonald's.
Big time.
Yeah, like Bob says, big time. We've actually got a Sonic. Well, we've had a McDonald's, and they rebuilt it last year. So when we came home, I don't think it wasn't open last year we got home, huh? I don't remember. The years go by so fast. And I have a correction to make. When the last part where we were going through Silverdale, and I said that body of water was Liberty Bay, 6 months can really help you forget, right? It's actually Dyes Inlet, D-Y-E-S. So you can see we've got a long road up through here. This is actually Highway 305, and if you stay on this, it'll take you through to Bainbridge Island and the ferry terminal there, where you catch the ferry to go across to the Puget Sound to Seattle. I can say we don't go over there if we don't have to. It's not that Seattle isn't pretty, it's just gotten so crowded, and we commuted by ferry. Me for 13 years and Bob for 16. So, I'm kind of old. I mean, it was a nice way to commute because, you get on the boat and you could sit down and read the newspaper. I'd always bring something to eat, nibble on for my breakfast. And a lot of the ladies would go in the restroom, and it looked like some kind of a beauty parlor in there. All these ladies are up against the mirror, putting their makeup on, anything they could do later to just get up early to catch the boat. We used to catch the 6:40. Meant we had to get up at 4:30, and we would leave at about 5:30 to go catch the boat. You've got different little lag times. Like it would take half hour, 45 minutes to get to the boat, and then you get on the boat, you sit and wait for the boat to leave, and then it's half hour across. So, I see a building to the right here. It's just about finished. That was being built on the left. Changing lanes. Over here to my right is a little shopping center that you see on a lot of my videos. That's where Dollar Tree is, and a second season thrift store that I bring all my goodies to for to help people who need it. Safeway up to the left, the gas is $4.44. That's not too bad. I mean, geez, when you think of we paid $6.69 at one place in California. It is 51 degrees out. And look at the sky's still blue. There's some clouds up there, but it is 20 minutes to 12. And no rain yet. Yay! So we'll quickly get everything emptied. I don't see anything new that's opened up along here. Let's see, we make a left here on one of our streets. CVS off to the left, that's where I get my drugs. Oh, disappointing, nothing new. Bob's got a plan to where we're, first off, the first priority is always Lucy's things brought in, you know, the cat, her litter box set up, her food, her scratching post. And then we get Lou out of the closet. And no, we didn't put her in there and shut the door on her. There's always a door open that she can come and go, but that's where she prefers to spend our driving time. As soon as we get her in, then we'll just start pulling everything from all the shelves and cupboards and get it all out. And then I get to go in the house where the door is from the garage to the house, and Bob will start carrying things. Going up and down those stairs is really hard on my back. I think it's still really hurting right at the base of the spine. So, you know, lifting my legs up to go into the brakes, it hurts. Irritates them. You can see it's a pretty road coming up here now. If we're going the opposite direction, we'd be seeing snow on the hills in the distance. So, we do that, like I said, on Monday. And now we'll turn on another street to our house. There's the high school. And of course, I'm not saying the names of the streets because you don't need to know where I live. Had to swerve over the lane because those trees are kind of low. Up here to my right, where you see that car driving in, is a really nice county park. And here's our area of homes. Our neighbor Jerry will be happy to see us, one of Bob's golfing buddies. We're the one keeping an eye on our house. And so the water got turned on this morning. We go. Let's turn onto our street. It's gonna be weird because right before we left last year, we had our tree cut down in the front yard. It had gotten so big that we're afraid the roots were gonna go into the foundation and start to hit the house too much. So here we come. Whoa, what happened? Look, there's even grass while we were gone. Grass got planted in there. So here's our house. So that'll do it, folks. Hope you enjoyed these little vlogs. I'm going to get off now and start unloading. Then the fun begins. Everything that you'll see posted from this point on will have been edited from inside the house. So, hope you're having a great day. Hope you have a great weekend. Love you all. Bye.